What it do, ladies and gentlemen? Oh man, put my phone on the charger. Yeah, I'm a little late. 8:04. But yeah, man. So sold a couple more dogs. That's good news on our end. Got Black Kenya leaving next weekend. Yeah, because today's Saturday. Next weekend. So I'm excited about that. Appreciate it. Shout out to ACGC over there in New Jersey. Tariq and Kay for picking up Black Kenya. Yeah, she gave me a litter of 7 pups, 8 pups. I don't remember, man. It's been a while. And then we got Blueberry leaving the week after that, which is the Guap and Roy Zarelli daughter. She's leaving the weekend after that. And then at the end of the month, of course, we got the puppies in Vienna. Vienna's going to Chi-Town, to Israel. And thank you, sir, for locking in. He locked in a stud fee on Gentleman Jack. So that's the second stud fee that I done locked in. That's not in-house because nobody's ever really used my studs other than George, who locked in Red Bull. And I'm not sure what plans he has with Red Bull. So, it could be late this year, mid this year. It could be next year by the time that he actually uses Red Bull. And then Gentleman Jack, of course, I looked it up. I believe he's going on 5 months. I think on the 17th, he'll be 5 months old. Or no, my bad. That was another puppy's. Shoot, he's got to be older. No, he was 4 months. Yeah, he might be around 5 months because this other puppy was hitting 4 months, I think, on the 17th. I don't know. I got to look at the paperwork. But yeah, so Gentleman Jack will probably be 6, 7. He'll probably be ready to be bred here in about 2 to 3 months. Because a lot of people don't know, man, I bred Guap when he was 7 months old. Yeah, like a lot of people looked down on it. They didn't agree with it. So I paid the vet to check his semen to see if he could produce because I had Mars also. So Mars is older. So I was like, if Guap semen, it don't make sense though. Because now that I think about it, come on now. If you have semen, it means that you have it. You know what I mean? So I don't know what I was thinking. Oh no, I take that back. What I was worried about, what people say, because you know what I'm saying, in my first time going around using a stud that age, they said that their semen count will be low. So I was like, hold up. Now, if I do this test and they tell me his semen count's low, which listen to this. If his semen count is low, then I'll just use Mars. So matter of fact, Michael did it. Michael took Guap. And they told me, they were like, his semen count is low. And I was like, bump it. Let's do it. And I bred the Guap's first breeding was the Savage. And I don't know if I did AI or not. I think I may have done an AI. I don't think I did natural because I stopped doing natural after this last breeding I did with Mars because I was like, this is too much, man. It's got to be easier way. So I bred Guap. Mind you, he's 7, about to be 8 months in like a week or two. He's about to be 8 months. And produced, Savage had 9 puppies and they all survived, if I'm not mistaken. I think Savage only lost like maybe 1 pup, if that. I think every pup survived every breeding Savage had. And they've all been to Guap minus this last one. Yeah. So it was 9 pups. I think she had like something like 6 tries and I want to say a smut and maybe 2 brindles. I can't even remember, man. Or maybe it was no brindles. I think there was one time she had no brindles. So yeah, so there's that. Because I got this because I seen another guy who is like huge in the bully community, and he was selling stud fees off of his dogs when they were like I want to say when they were like 8 months old. So I was like, what in the world? So I was like, shoot, and he would do something like he would sell a couple stud credits for a lower price. So I was like, okay, because you got to put. I mean, his lower price was 1,500. You know what I mean? But he's established in this community. So me, I'm not. So that's why I always had my stud fees high, but nobody ever used them. So I was like, man, bump it. I done got plenty of kids off of Guap. I done got plenty of kids off of Red Bull. I do. Mr. 45 stud fee's a little high. I don't have any off of him, but I do have the same blood as him. I got plenty of 2X champion Lucky Luciano boys and girls. So that's how I was like, bump it. I could sell his stuff. But he's a little bit higher. He's still 1,000. So my thing is now, man, I'm gonna go up a little bit. So I'm probably gonna announce this tomorrow on the video. I'm gonna be like, I got Gentleman Jack now for 400 for one spot, and go from there. And then do Red Bull for 600. Because I had some people that wanted to use Red Bull, but then they didn't lock him in. So I'm like, bump it, let me go up a little bit and then do that on all my dogs. So first person, nobody's locked in Guap yet. So his stud credit will be 500. And then, like I said, Mr. 45 is 1,000 because he's 2X champion Lucky Luciano, and he's a beast. Like, dude, I'm just looking at him now, and I'm like, oh, my goodness, I need an update video of him because I ain't been feeding him enough. I'm like, so I started feeding him double, and he's starting to blow up. So I'm like, okay, cool, Yeah, so he's getting bigger now. So because I was looking, I'm like, dude, you're slim, dude. What's up? So I was like, let me feed him more and see what happens. And sure enough, he got bigger. So he's looking right now. He's not looking all skinny like he was because he wasn't like super scrawny or nothing, but he just didn't look full. But so yeah, so that's kind of like where I got my ideas from, and I was like, let me do that because a lady that owned Ritz called Nikki. She studded her first stud for 500, and he was a beast. Then she closed him off to the public, and she's got another dog now, which if y'all check my earlier videos, I got him. His name is Goose. I think he's a triple grand champion now. Dude, he's a beast. He's a Ritz son. He's a beast. And I think in the video, she was talking about something like 750 or 1,000. She might have went up. Just because, like I said, he's a triple grand champion in 3 different registries. ABKC, RKC, and was the other one? I think the other one was it was ABKC, RKC, and then the other one is CBR, I believe. It's the one owned by dang it, I forgot his name, man. Because I'll be honest with you, man, I haven't been doing as much like I used to as far as like following a lot of people on social media like I used to, especially Facebook. Where back in the day, it was like I was watching everybody, but I got to the point now where I know exactly what direction I'm going in. I got several studs I got locked in that I haven't used that I'm like, I'm done looking. There's really no point. I got every spectrum. I got black, chocolate, blues, lilacs, seal, blues, and then I have all the colors in my yard. So it's kind of like, I'm using so many more studs. It's kind of like I just had to slow down. Like I'm done. Come 2022, I'll probably use 1 or 2 or 3 dogs out of my yard every year, and everything's going to be in-house because I got several studs that I'm doing this year. I got 6 more breedings. Yeah, I got 6 breedings this year, and then 6 breedings next year. And then like I said, I use 1 or 2 a year. But so yeah, so I kind of fell back and was like, man, let me enjoy this. Let me enjoy life a little bit more, man, because I've been working hard with these dogs and still am. It slowed down a little bit, but sped up in other ways. So it's all good now. But yeah, let me see what some people already been up here talking about. What's up, Jake and Terry? What's with you and Mo Kennels? Nothing, man. We good. We gravy. What it do, Bully Crew? Deshaun, what it do? Oh yeah. Nah, remember when I put that? I ain't even named her yet. I kind of thought of some names of her, but I really officially gave her a name. But for now, that little lilac tribe that's 2X champ Lucky Luciano that looks like Maserati. She look a lot like her. So I was posting up. It's Mo Kennel's Maserati's litter mate. So For those that don't know, that ain't watched the videos, every time I post her up, I say that, and then I'd be like, JK, just playing, And so he put on there like, why you lying? And I was like, dude, you ain't even watched the video, because I know if you would have watched it, you wouldn't have been, you wouldn't have been commenting like that. So he watched it and he was like, oh, my bad, you did mention that, So, but I mean, they do look a lot alike. I've seen plenty of dogs, man, that look a lot alike, but they're not from the same litter, so yeah. But I believe Maserati's got Dax in her, so I don't know, but they do look alike. His dog looks better than mine, but they do look a lot alike, man. A lot alike in the face, plus they're the same color. Well, I don't know if she's a lilac tribe, but she's a lilac. So, but anyways, yeah, so that's what that was all about. But he ended up getting on there. He was like, oh, my bad, I apologize, you're right. He was like, they do resemble. And he was like, it's cool that, we can get on here and talk things out, so, because I was just being funny. And then plus I comment on his stuff all the time. I watch his videos. So what do you breed a female? Let me see what this do. When do you breed a female? Second or third heat? Second, every time, baby. Just not the first, second. I got goals and I'm able to do that. Some people can't, some people do one breeding, every 2 years, because it takes a lot. You gotta sit there and you gotta take care of the puppies. For the first couple weeks, man, I'm like sleeping right next to the mother. Like I'm making sure she's not squishing under the pups. My case right now, I'm feeding 2 puppies. Somebody was commenting, say 90% of the time, puppies with cleft palates die. To be honest with you, I know breeders, man, if a pup comes out with a cleft palate, they pay the vet right away, kill it. So they do it ethically, but they killing it. You know what I mean? So some people's like, I understand, because they're like, they don't have time. They have a full-time job, so they can't be feeding that puppy every 2 hours for the first couple days of its life. You know what I mean? They can't. But me, I can. So I do it. You know what I mean? Because I just like, I look at it and I'm like, I just can't look at you and just be like, you're dying. I just ain't that cold hearted. You know what I mean? But at the same time too, though, if I had a different job, where I wasn't able to do what I can do, then I would, because man, that's horrible. If you just sitting there not feeding that puppy, that puppy's, it's dying from starvation. That's what's gonna happen. And you're gonna hear it crying, because when a puppy's not right or a puppy's hungry, they whine and whine and whine. Sometimes the mothers will get tired and they'll lay on their bellies, so they won't feed the puppies. And I'll come over there and I'll lay on her side and be like, get over. You know what I mean? Just hold her, sit there, doodle on my phone, read a book, you know what I mean, while she's feeding the pups. So that, they'll eat, and then they'll go to sleep, so oh man. Give me 1 second. But yeah, so where we at? Good question, Chad. Why do you sell your females after they have a litter? I don't. I always don't. But for the most part, man, like, I'm being straightforward. I enjoy this. It's a passion, but it's also a business. And I remember the owner of Grand Champion Futuristic, DJ, Daryl, and I forgot his last name. Anyways, he told me one time, he was like, man, don't ever get attached to a dog. He was like, don't ever get attached to a dog. Just be able to sell anything. And I was kind of like, for the most part, like, I'm pretty much sell everything to an extent. It was kind of funny, because as he was telling me this, he sold all his stuff has been sold. he's bought other things, produced other things. But one dog that he hasn't sold was Grand Champion Futuristic. And the dog was like, at the time, he was like, when I used him, he was like 7 years old, 8 years old. Now he's like 10 or 11. And it was kind of funny because you get attached to some of your dogs, and some of mine that will never leave, will be Jupiter. She's fixed. Then we got Venus. She's second generation. Savage, she'll be getting fixed eventually, and so will Venus, and they'll be staying here till they die. Guap, I'll probably give Red Bull to Michael down the road when he's able. Or Guap, I'm not sure, but it's gonna stay in the family. So certain dogs, like pretty much a dog from every generation is gonna be here. So not everything will get sold, but a lot of them, the ones that do end up staying, they will be getting fixed. As far as males, no. They'll always be. I'll probably use Guap 10 years down the road. You know what I mean? Same thing with Red Bull. Same thing with Mr. 45. Those 3 dogs, they're staying. Gentleman Jack, probably. It all depends, because excuse me, I have other dogs that are his half brothers or cousins, and it depends. One of them, I ain't even named Savage's son yet, the Brindle male that looks just like Grand Champion Futuristic. I ain't even named him yet. So, oh shoot. Oh man, let me put this on the charger because it's about to die already. Golly. I may end up selling Gentleman Jack down the road, when he's 2 or 3 or whatever, or I may end up selling this little Savage son. I also have some other ones as well. So, I may end up keeping Gentleman Jack. I may end up keeping the other one, but I'll be keeping somebody else from the other generation. So yeah, I don't always do it, but I do it because it's like I'm moving on to the next. Like Vienna, that little first pick female that I'm charging $3,000 for that nobody's bought. The reason I put her at $3,000, I want to keep her. So if nobody pays me that $3,000, I'm keeping her. But Vienna's half sister. Yeah, Vienna's half sister is Savage. Vienna's auntie is Savage. So I have several daughters off of Savage, and I bred one, and I'll be keeping some females off of that. So you see what I'm saying? So it's time for me to go ahead and start going on to the new blood. So Vienna sold, but I have a credit with her to breed her to her half brother, which is Red Bull. So I got first pick female off of that. You know what I'm saying? So see what I mean? So it's I'm moving on to the next generation. I'm moving on to the next blood. I can't keep all these dogs. It's just, it can't happen. So I'm going deeper in, so I'm getting rid of some of my old stuff. And Vienna's hard, but I'm believing in the breeding I got going down with Savage here soon. Which she's going back to her granddaddy. So I ain't even posting nothing of that for sale. Then I got the 3 daughters I kept off of Guap, bred Mona Lisa Jr. So I'm keeping all them. So you see what I'm saying? I got to get rid of dogs, man. So I can't keep everything. So that's just how I roll. Some breeders don't do that. So exactly. Yep. Deshaun got it right there. That's exactly what it's all about. So some dogs stay because at the end of the day, when I'm 10 years down the road, I want to be able to line up all my generations and be like, this is where I started. This is next, and this is where I'm at now. I've never seen no breeders do that. And in my head, I've always been like, that's what I want to do. So here during the summer, I'm going to be taking pictures of Gentleman Jack, his brother Kaniki, and his other brother Hulk, that I co-own all 3 of them. Or I own Gentleman Jacks here, and then the other two I also co-own. So I'm gonna get them all together and take pictures of all three of them, and because that's all me, top and bottom of the pedigree. So I'm super excited for that. If she produces what you want off of her, then hard to keep them all. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm a believer not just in what you see. Like a lot of people's like, some people are like, oh, I believe I only like the dog that's in front of me, which I hear you on that. I do too, but I also believe in the pet. So sometimes you'll have a dog in front of you and it won't necessarily be what you was going after, but in the pedigree you can get it. So you just got to be patient. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you won't get that. For instance, I'm trying to think, man, in a circumstance. But yeah, so pretty much, with humans, you know what I'm saying, you can have, 2 6-foot people have a kid that comes out 5'7". You know what I mean? But he'll mess around and have kids and they come out 6'5". You know what I mean? So you just got to be patient because that height is in the pedigree. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes the dog won't come out looking like the parents, but it's in the pedigree. So if you breed that, if you line breed it, you can help pull it out. You know what I mean? So a lot of people be like, man, bump it. This ain't what I wanted, which I've never done that. Every breeding I've ever done, I've been happy with whatever I've gotten. And I've also been happy in every breeding when I bred the dog with another dog down the generations and produce puppies, and I've been happy with those, So some people, they're like, oh man, this dog didn't turn out, I gotta sell it, it's got to go. Nope, it's all footsteps for me. It's like you keep going, man. I might have the corona. But yeah, so it's just opinions, just people's belief. But with me, like, shoot, nah, I believe in the pedigree. Crazy things happen. 2 mixed people have twins, one come out black, one have come out white. You know what I mean? So it's blood, it's genes. A lot of Puerto Ricans, it's notorious, a lot of Puerto Ricans have kids with blonde hair. And you're like, well, what the heck? Well, you got to understand, Puerto Ricans are mixed with white people. We're mixed with white people, or we're mixed with black people, we're mixed with Tainos. We're a mix. So when we have kids, it's not uncommon. My grandmother had green eyes. It's not uncommon that you get brown hair. You get kids that are blonde hair, green eyes. Like I remember my wife listening to me talk to a couple Puerto Ricans that I knew, a family. All the boys had blonde hair. All of them had green eyes. The girls had brown hair and brown eyes. But in the family, there was a lot of them. There was like 6 of them, 6 kids. So she was like, what in the world? She was like, that white boy speaks Puerto Rican. And I was like, man, don't say that too loud, because he would get offended. Because me and him was hanging out real tough years ago before he moved. And I would be there, and they would they would do the same thing to him. Man, I ain't white. He's like, soy boricua. It was hilarious. But so yeah, so that's not uncommon. You'll see, you'll see some kids, and then you look at them and be like, dang, kid got blonde hair. So it's not uncommon at all. See where we at. Jay, my dude from Mo Kennels had put a post up for a few minutes and took it down. What it said was that you're lying about having a mozzarella litter mate. Oh, he did take it down. Well, my posts are still there. And he just pretty much was like, oh, my bad. Because I told him, I was like, dude, you ain't watched the video. Because if you would have, you would have seen every time I say that, I'm like, I'm joking. But he was talking. What he was talking about. What up? What up? Explain. Appreciate it. California guys, how was Zed Pitts is the one that got me in back in 2014. Inspired me. And I got to see him at Nationals here in 2018. Got to talk to him, take pictures with him. I seen you were selling one for 600 with Cleft Pat. What if someone buys a dog and it dies? Man, you out of luck, buddy. You know what I mean? Um, I know one guy was saying 90% of the time they die, which is BS. You know, majority of the time majority of the times breeders would just euthanize it, because you know you have to tube feed it. You know what I mean? It can't suck. So you know the biggest killer, if you tube feed, well, not really. Now if you bottle feeding it, what can happen is the dog can die from I think is it pneumonia? It's when you get water in the lungs and end up getting sick because you're tube feeding. You know, it's got holes in its mouth. So I tube feed it, not bottle feed it. I tube feed it. I put down the tube down there. You know, it's not hard, and I feed it. So there's no water getting into the lungs. So 90%, really, man. I mean, it depends on what the cleft is, and but it doesn't matter if it's got any type of cleft. Period. It can't suck, so it's gonna die. You know what I mean? Unless you bottle feed it or tube feed it, depending on the cleft. So, dude, saying 90% of the time, dude don't know what he's talking about. And so, yeah, pretty much, yeah. Oh yeah. Talk to any bully breeder. If you end up getting a dog from them, and depending on what it dies from, now if it dies from like a heart condition or something like that, which you know, that's different. But even then, did you sign a contract? What kind of contract did you sign? I don't do contracts. So, you know, do you have a health contract? You know, but I'm gonna be honest with you. The majority of these bully breeders out here, they don't do that. Now, if you get to some elite where you're paying 5, 3, 10, maybe even some that sell it for 1,500, but I don't do it. So, you know, you have to find somebody else. But a lot of these other people do it. And somebody was telling me about their buddy did it, and some type of contract where health issues, and dogs from a litter that he produced ended up having some kind of health issues, and he had to pay these people's medical bills. He had to give them their money back for what they paid for the dog. Dude went broke. You know what I mean? So am I gonna do it? Absolutely not. I've had one person call me up, and actually I texted them and was asking how the dog was doing, and they were like, dude, I got a bunch of medical bills that I'm gonna have to do. The dog may have this, and that. So he said, I got to go back for another visit to figure out exactly what's going on. So I got to text him back and see what happened. But he was telling me, you know, like all kinds of stuff, talking about the dog's hips. And it was a savage bred to go out breeding. It was one of those. But as you can see, all my girls, they're all fine, you know. And I try to keep in touch with everybody. And from everything else, you know, everybody else was good too. So you know, it happens. That's the only one that I've had in all my years. You know, so but still, dude, no. Right now, no. I'm not at that point where my money's like that off these dogs that I would do a contract like that. And even down the road, I don't see myself doing it either. That's just being honest. So I'm not shooting myself in the foot. You know, that's like, you know, hey, when a human's born, you know what I mean? Do the parents get some type of contract, you know, saying that the kid's not gonna have issues? And the kids come up with issues. Humans have cleft palates just the same. So, you know, you taking a chance. I took a chance. I bought 5 dogs back in 2014, 15, and one ended up dying from I don't remember what it died from. And I just let the person I got it from, I let them know it died, and I never even asked for my money back. I knew better. Like, no, it's not how it works. Good luck. I've just heard most of the time they don't make. Yeah, like I said, that's the reason why. You know, it's because majority of people, they ain't got time, and they don't have the opportunities like I do. How do I feel about buying it all females? More power to you. You know, a lot of people like to do that because they don't have to wait, you know, almost a year and a half just to have puppies. You get an adult female, dude, about every 5 months they coming in heat. So sometimes 4 months. I have some females come in heat every 4 months. And then there's also a type of injection that you can give them that they give pigs that will make them instantly come into heat. Excuse me. So, you know, um yeah, now if you do get an adult female, if you do get an adult dog, period, what you need to do is you need to quarantine that dog. You need to quarantine it, and you also need to, if you need to, um, make an environment where you slowly integrate the new dogs and the new people to that dog. You don't just want to throw everything at it, man, because the dog's going to be scared and it may lash out. And you want to you want to have it under your supervision at all times until if you build that trust. You don't want to end up having that dog kill your puppies, you know what I mean, or kill your other dogs, you know. Like this dude that's getting Roy Zarelli, she's a beast. She has beat up other dogs and she's also been beat up. You know what I mean? So it took me a little while to figure out who she, and some of these dogs she grew up with, you know. So it was like the dogs have different personalities. Some of them get along, some of them don't. And you just got to know, you know, what their personalities are. So, you know, and Roy Zarelli is tough. She's a ball of muscle. So you don't want to let her, or who knows, the other dog, he might have other dogs. I don't know. But the other dog might kill her. You know what I mean? So you got to be real careful when you bring in new dogs. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing. But it has its benefits. Same thing with males. You know, you might have a young male, he can't produce, and you got 2 females that's coming in heat next month, and you're like, dude, I can either pay this dude, you know, $3,000 to use his dog once, or I can pay this guy down the street $2,000 and just have his dog and breed him to both of my females. You know what I mean? So you got your benefits. You just got to weigh them out and go in the direction you want to do. Shoot, you already know what to do, Chad. Drop that deposit, man. I got a couple. I got first pick male. He's 1.5K. He's a blue tribe. Then I got first and second pick female. First pick's $3,000. Second pick's 1.5. You in Lexington? You right down the street. You like 2 hours from me. You already know. Yeah, I'm sick. End up got I don't know what I got, honestly. Hope it ain't the corona. Nah, I'm playing. I know it ain't the corona. But nah, my family, everybody got it. Everybody got sick. I'm the only one that didn't get sick. My dumb messed around and was like, I want to kiss my wife. And I kissed her. And I forgot about it, and then I got it. But I ain't got it nowhere near as everybody else. Everybody else had fevers. I ain't got no fever. All I got, my wife lost her voice for like a week. And mine keeps going and coming. So, but yep, you already know it. Ain't no taking no breaks. Yep, there we go. Pneumonia. Yep. That's what ends up usually killing them because people's like, oh, let me tube feed them. I mean, I'm sorry, bottle feed them. You know, and it can't suck, so you squishing the milk in there, trying to get it in there, and they get it in their lungs. But yeah, I can't speak on that. So, wild puppies born with cleft palates, who knows, man? You know, genetics. You know what I mean? Humans. Now, this is facts. Humans who've been around areas that are polluted. It gets into it messes with their genetical codes, and that's why their kids have cleft palates. So that gene is in their kids. So now their kids might not, their kids might not have grew up around that chemical plant, but their DNA has been mutated. So now, you know, there was one guy talking about like, oh, humans can mutate. Yeah, but when we mutate, it's not a good thing. It's never a good thing. You know what I mean? When our DNA gets mutated, it ain't like the X-Men. You know what I mean? It's bad. It's always like, oh, you know, this person, you know, now his gene is mutated and he can't get this type of disease. Yeah, but he has no legs. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I'd rather have my legs. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, so who knows? Maybe with these dogs, you know, and then not only that, man, honestly, man, you know, we're copies of copies of copies of copies of copies. You know what I mean? We are descendants of Adam and Eve, whether you don't believe it or not. We all are, you know, so we're just copies of copies of copies. In the beginning, everything was perfect, you know, and now look, it's not sin. You know what I mean? So everything's dying. We're dying. So, you know, our DNA is not like it used to be. So that I guess that's my long answer to what you was asking about cleft palates. I'm guessing something's up with the DNA, that it's got corrupted, that these dogs are being born, you know, with cleft palates. But the good thing is, like humans, they do surgery and they can fix that. So it's the same thing with these dogs. You know, whoever, one's already sold, so the little male's still available. You can take it to the vet, get it fixed, and he live a good life. You know what I mean? So, but like I said, I ain't got the heart just to be like, go ahead and kill him, or definitely not. I'm just gonna sit back and let him die. Like, that ain't happening. You have house pet dogs or just straight doggy dog business? Yeah, I got one, right? I got two. I got a Snoop dog, and then I got Jupiter. Venus will be the next to get retired, and then probably Savage, because mostly everybody else I'm selling. So down the road, Savage as well. Pretty much any dog, female that's staying and dying here, she will end up getting fixed. So I have several. You know, as right now, I just got one, you know, female. But I would say in the next couple of years, I'll probably have 2 or 3 more. You know, so that's not bad, you know, for being in it since 2015. Going on 6 years, and probably gonna have my now Venus might get fixed this year. I don't know. So I'll probably in 6 years to have 2 or 1 fixed dogs. You know, I think that's pretty good. You know, because I kept a lot of my stuff. Like, man, dude, when 2015 when I got them, 2016 when I did my first breedings, I almost kept everything, dude. Like, I really did. I kept so many dogs because I could. So that's why, you know, it's been so long since I added anything else to my pets things. But yeah, oh yeah, Jupiter's dying here, and so is Snoop. ¿Qué tal, mi gente? Greetings from Caraco. ¿Qué tal? What's good, XL Pits? It's because of inbreeding. Hate to break it to you, buddy, but when it comes to dogs, they're more closely inbred. That's what makes a bully breed. That's what makes breeds, buddy. Same thing with humans. If you look at it, man, we're all inbred to an extent as well. We all come from Adam and Eve. You know what I mean? So, you know, so that inbreeding crap, that ain't true at all. You can straight up breed a black person to a white person and get a kid with heart disease and all kind of other stuff. So it's genetical. You know, and yes, when you inbreed, yes, you do increase the bad and good. So if this black person has high blood pressure and this white person has high blood pressure, and who cares if you crossbreed to an extent, your kid is going to have a higher chance of also having heart disease. You know what I mean? So, you know, in that sense, you know, you're not inbreeding directly, you crossbreeding, but you still heightening up the thing. So see, that's what I'm saying. You right and you wrong at the same time. So, which I talked about that on a prior video, but a lot of people, you know, they just don't know, man. So, you know, because like I said, when you close the stud books, which right now in American Bully, the stud books are closed. you only have a couple options. You only have inbreeding, line breeding, which is cousins or whatever, close relatives, not as close as inbreeding. And then you have two. You have cross and outcross. I think outcross is like a whole different dog. So you breeding a bully to a chihuahua. And then crossbreeding is when you breed in two different bloodlines. But remember, in the American Bully, officially, there's only two. You got Gotti and Edge. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, in its gene pool you playing with, you all already playing with a bunch of inbred dogs to begin with. You know what I mean? So there you go, Bam. Yep, and you going to timeout. Bad boy. Shame on you. But the power of Google. So, you know, so that's pretty much it, man. Those are your only options when it comes to breeding. You know, humans or dogs or cows or whatever the sake is, you know, that you're trying to breed. There's not many more options, man. You can't breed a cow to a horse. You know what I mean? It's not gonna happen. You can try all you want, but it ain't gonna happen. So yeah, man. What time is it? 8:45. Yeah, I'm about to get off here in a little bit. Me and Michael about to do Big Book Bros. I didn't know if we was gonna be able to do it or not because Michael ended up having to. He's working a different schedule at work, so I wasn't sure, but I'm glad it's going down. But yeah, man, that's I'm trying to think of what else, but yeah. So as of right now, I got what? I got like four females, adult females left. I got Tulip, Cupcake, Athena, and then the little smut female. I ain't got a name for her yet. So I got those four left. And then as far as puppies go, like I said, I only got what? 2 females and a male. No, 2 females and 2 males. So now I take that back. I got 8 dogs left to sell. But it's all good. You know, slowly but surely they'll go. And like I said, man, I offer services. If you got a dog with a cleft palate, you know, and you want me to tube feed it, no problem at all. I'll do it. You know, I'm gonna charge you, but I can do it. And then also, yeah, no, I'm not gonna jump on that just yet. I'm gonna give it time because I haven't figured it out just yet of how I'm about to do this other little plan I got. What up, Grunt? Soon, I got Cupcake should be dropping at the end of this month. So should Mama. I gotta look at my calendar. Tulip should be dropping next month, or this. I gotta look at my calendar. Tulip, Tulip. Who else? Tiana. Shoot, I'm breeding Roy Zarelli now, so she'll be dropping here in 2 months. Which I'll be selling some females off of that breeding because I done kept 3 of them. But yeah, I should be having Savage coming in the heat here soon, like any day now. Same thing with Roxy, which I'm taking her to Graham here in Northeast Kentucky. But I ain't selling none off that litter. And then I'll be breeding one of my Ritz daughters and Gizmo. So Gizmo will be going to yeah, I don't think I'm selling anything off of that either because I'll be right away. Some of these dogs, like I'm dead serious when I say I ain't selling nothing, but then some other ones I will, but down the road once I see if I want to let them go or not, maybe around 4, 5, 6. I mean, it all depends. Sometimes at 3 months, I'll be like, man, you know what? I got 3 females. That one right there, I'm gonna let it go. You know, so might be taking a chance. Might be letting one of the best ones go. You know, I let a couple go that I look back at. And I'm like, man, that dog looked good. You know what I mean? So it happens, but hey, you know, it's part of the business. It's okay. So yeah, so you know, for the most part, man, I ain't been advertising too much just because I don't know what I want to keep. I don't know what I want to sell. So, and then, like I said, I got 8 dogs that I'm selling now. So I'll probably sell another, I'd say probably about 2 to 4 of this by the end of this month. So, you know, I'm covered. I could hold off and sit on them for a little bit until I decide what I want to do. but yeah, just, you know, stay tuned, hit the bell notification because I watch my videos because I talk about it constantly, what I got going on, what's dropping, what's coming. And that way you'll know beforehand, because a lot of times I sell them. You know, I've had several times where people was pissed. I had one lady, man, because I had a couple, not many, but a couple people that are like, I'm not dropping no deposit. And I'm like, cool, you know, that's your choice. But with me, it's first come, first serve. I don't hold nothing. And I had a couple times, and I had this particular people, they came down from Chicago. So I was talking to them that day. And they were like, okay, you know, we're interested, you know, we'll come and pick it up, you know. And I was like, okay, yeah. Because people say that all the time. So I'm like, okay, yeah. All right, yep. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye-bye. All right. Then, like, later on that night, I'm not even playing. Like, around, I want to say it was like 10 o'clock, maybe even 9 o'clock. And somebody hit me up and was like, dude, I want the dog. And I'm like, all right, cool. He was like, I'm coming right now. I said, all right, bet. You know, so I get the car. I'm here. I'm like, all right, get my people. We go. We drop off the dog. You know, talk to them. So I usually always talk to the people, you know, answer their questions or whatever the case is. You know, chop it up, see what kind of other bloods they got. So I came home. I went to bed. And I get this phone call at like 6 in the morning. We're here. What? We're here. Here for what? For the dog we wanted. Oh man, I done sold it. What? We done drove, you know, all them hours and left this time in the morning to get here. And I was like, I don't hold nothing. You know what I mean? Like, that dog so quick. You know what I mean? Blue tries, they sell. You know, that a lot they in demand. A lot of people like them. So they was pissed. Then it was like, well, what other dogs you got? So I ended up bringing 2 other dogs and they didn't like them. They was like, no, we don't want them. They were both brindles. Like, no, we don't want them. So, man, they was pissed. The wife was pissed, man. Oh, my goodness. They were so mad. But I don't care. I ain't nothing I can do. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't finna sit there, you know, and hold no dogs. Because I had plenty of people telling me I'm going to get the dog. You know, they don't get it. I've had plenty of people tell me they on their way and never come. I've had people tell me I'm coming today and then call me that night and say I changed my mind. So with me, deposits do mean a little bit more than not putting it, but I've had people drop deposits and literally at the last minute tell me straight up, I changed my mind, I don't want the dog. Or my landlord said I couldn't get it. Or my mama said I can't get it. Or my wife, girlfriend said I can't get it. You know, some of them ask for their money back, which I never give their money back. Never. One dude, don't accept money through PayPal. Because you can, that's why I never take money from PayPal. You can just file a claim and get your money back. So you'll mess around and sell somebody a dog on PayPal for $1,500. Give them the dog, the paperwork, and all of a sudden they file a claim, they get everything back. So don't ever do that. Learn from my mistakes. I know breeders that still do it, and I've sent deposits through PayPal. But me personally, I'll never do it. And a dog will never leave my yard unless it's paid in full. You know what I mean? Don't ever do that either. Some people, they might not have the room, so they're just like, man, just take the dog, you know. But definitely don't give them the paperwork. And I mean, even then, it really don't matter. But I'd rather still just hold the paperwork. So little things that I would highly recommend. But yeah. So you know. So what was I gonna say? Barbie's still available. So Barbie is available. She's 2K. She'll be coming in heat sometime this month. So she'll be ready to go as soon as she's done whelping her litter. And I may not even sell her. So I'm kind of like, dude, I should keep her. You know, $2,000. No, I don't even know. But hey, somebody drop that money. Yeah, it's done by then. But I don't know. I don't even know. I might not even sell her. They get smaller, wider, looking good. What's the final look you are aiming for? Just what I'm getting, smaller and wider. You know, that's really it. You know, and I started with some standards. Persia was a standard. Persia was a big old girl, biggest chest I've ever seen on a female. I stood her up next to Grand Champion Futuristic, and she was giving him a run for his money. He was the biggest chest I've ever seen on a male. Now, I have never seen Bashar's dogs in person. They talk about how wide his chests are, but other than that, the bus, Lucky Luciano, the Bear, Grand Champion El Toro, Grand Champion Trumper, what is his name? Roadblock, several other males. Rocco, Shamrock, Day's chest was nothing. And Grand Champion Futuristic is shorter than a lot of these dogs. Excuse me. So yeah, the end of the line, that's pretty much what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get shorter dogs, wider chest, bigger bone. You know, just a real powerful looking American bully. I don't like standards. I don't like XLs. Nothing wrong with those dogs. Just not my personal look. You know what I mean? So if that's what you like, yeah, that's cool. More power to you. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to say, oh, it's got to be my way. Not at all. Not at all. That's just my personal preference. Thank you, XL. Yep, nobody's locked him in yet, Mr. 45. But it's okay because I'm doing the thing with him anyways. As soon as somebody locks him in for $1,000, I'll just raise it up to 1,100. You know what I mean? And slowly do it like that. Bob Marley's a beast. Yeah, he's real nice. I believe he's right here. Yeah, he's here in Louisville. So, which I got on him. His fronts is phenomenal. His cheeks is lovely. He's a beast. I want to see his rear. I forgot about him. But yeah, he looks real good. Is there a price difference if someone doesn't want papers, or is your price fixed regardless of papers? Fixed. You know, whether you want the papers or not, because what you might do on the down low is get the dog, lie on the paperwork because you got dogs, and just breed it to everything you got. You know what I mean? You're gonna pay me for my blood. You know what I mean? So that's just my 2 cents. But that's a good question. Some people will. Some people will. Oh, and then some people would do fixed contracts. So in other words, you got to get the dog fixed. You know what I mean? But nah, I'm good. That dog will stay here. And yeah, it's going for the price that I want. You know what I mean? Whether you want to pay it or not. Because they'll get that dog and they just won't get it fixed. What you gonna do? You know what I mean? Dog is gone. So there's ways around everything for real, but I just try to protect myself as much as possible. You know what I mean? So, and I mean, I understand both points because I had a couple people, not many, because especially now since, you know, I've been doing these videos for so long and you know, got plenty of pictures and stuff like that. People, for the most part, trust me. But I do have a few. I've had a few that was like, man, you're crazy. I ain't sending you no deposit. And I'm like, okay, I ain't tripping. I'm not putting a gun to your head and saying you got to send me that money. But me, I done sent 1,500 back in 2015. I think I logged my dogs in 2014. I can't remember because I know for a fact I sent my money before the puppies was even born. About 5 dogs, 5 females. And yeah. And then on every single person I drove to Alabama, to Tennessee. All the dogs I picked up when I got there, nobody had the puppy papers. So, but I ain't gonna lie. I didn't feel bad because they showed me the paperwork of the parents. They had binders and was showing me all the paperwork. And I was like, okay, because I ain't never seen no paperwork in my life. So I was like, all right, I feel better now. You know, and I left. Then one dude, I got 2 dogs from him. I was tripping because everybody was like going against him, talking about how he does bad business and bad business. Man, it took me 4-5 months to get them paperwork off them dogs. And I was like, dude, you know, I called him up like twice, but I really enjoyed talking with him because me and him, we really bonded. He told me a lot of stuff, man, a lot of stuff that a lot of these breeders won't talk about, and I really appreciated that. And he ended up falling off the grid. He done made so much money off these dogs that he ended up getting him a farm. He ended up getting him goats. He ended up getting him geese, turkeys. Straight up fell off the map. So out there in Tennessee. And so I can't even call him no more. So it kind of sucked, but I'm real grateful for him, Terry, old country black dude, and real grateful for him. But he did great business with me, and I know several people who got dogs off of him did great business with them too. So I really don't know what happened between him and these other people that was, you know, talking bad about his business. Who knows, man? They probably might have done something because they're in and didn't finish. I don't know. Didn't finish paying off the dogs. I don't know. I don't care. All I know is I got my paperwork, but they took a long time to get here. And that being said, that does still happen today. You know, it has got a little bit quicker now because you can fill out paperwork online, where back in the day you had to send that joker in. So, so a little bit stuff has changed. So that's definitely a good question, and you will find breeders out there that will sell auction cheaper. So if you're looking for a pet, you know, shop around because my prices ain't changing. They staying what they are. You know, whether you want a pet or regardless or not. You know, that's just my 2 cents. But with that being said, let me go ahead and get off here because it's 9 o'clock. So me and Mike are about to go live. Deuces.